Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
So UFC 204 is absolutely on fire, man. We have another short notice. I'm not talking about Alexander Volkanovski, right? The short. I'm talking about Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is also stepping in on 11, 12 days notice. And this fight is intriguing because this is another man who's a welterweight who's actually stepping up to middleweight. Is a guy like Khamzat Chimaev, does this fight kind of work perfectly for him? I mean, these are the questions that a lot of people may have. And the answer is, they're two completely different fighters. With Kamaru Usman, who actually comes from amateur wrestling, and obviously Khamzat has been wrestling in Dagestan, and he represented he represented Sweden at the World Championship, I believe, in freestyle wrestling. But that being said, for Kamaru Usman, what are the keys for Kamaru Usman for the smaller man actually moving up? Or is he really a smaller man? Because remember, guys, he doesn't have to cut 15 pounds in order for him to make middleweight from 170 to 185. Could that be an advantage for him? What are his wrestling strengths? So the biggest thing I see for Kamaru Usman is the biggest thing that he needs to do is he needs to really use that jab. And I would almost want to put Khamzat Chimaev on his actually back foot. So the first thing that I will do with Kamaru Usman, this is an interesting fight because they are both pressure fighters. Will Kamaru Usman be able to bring those level changes that he does, kind of flicker that jab to eventually catch Khamzat with that infamous right hand? Kind of like the infamous right hand that he caught George Masvidal, right? Boom, stepping across, using that leg to eventually knock him out. The level changes that Kamaru Usman does. If you watch him against Tyron Woodley, if you watch him against a lot of these guys in the past, against Sean Strickland, how is it that he's able to use his length, but then use his setups to be able to actually bring the hands in? Again, Kamaru Usman has nothing to lose here. And guess what, guys? He's guaranteed another damn title shot. Could Kamaru Usman, one, bring the pressure, use the jab to eventually stick that right hand? Could he continue with these level fakes that he does to be able to use it? And the biggest thing for me is, rather than actually defending Khamzat Chimaev, could he wrestle Khamzat Chimaev? What am I talking about here? Khamzat Chimaev could shoots in, people are defending him, people are trying to do X, Y, and Z. But, I was talking to Kamaru Usman so long ago, you gotta wrestle this dude. Did not defend, because when you try to defend somebody, you give somebody leverage too. You wrestle the wrestler. He shoots. I'm looking to catch my own shot from these positions, because it's important that the more Kamaru Usman he shoots, the more that he's able to actually create scrambles, make him work, and literally wrestle him rather than actually defend him will make it so much dangerous. Remember, guys, defending somebody and actually wrestling somebody are two different things. So I do believe that the key for him is make Khamzat wrestle as much as you can. Don't defend him, wrestle him. He gets to your legs, we're looking for other positions in order for us to get the takedown. Let's not defend him. That's for Kamaru Usman. Now for Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev, the Wolf, he is the bigger guy. He's not as experienced as Kamaru Usman, but will the Wolf bring in all the tools? Will the Wolf be able to bully him? Will the Wolf be able to cover distance as he does, as he likes to get those takedowns, as he likes to kick to eventually drop his levels to be able to get the takedown? If you're able to take Kamaru Usman down and actually control him in a 3-round fight, kudos to you. Will a guy like Khamzat Chimaev actually bring in a little bit of that Dagestani handcuff, as they call it? But in reality, you know what it is? It's called folk style wrestling. You got to give credit to the Americans, and that's one thing that Kamaru Usman does know. So for Khamzat Chimaev, if he's able to cover distance, create space, take him down, grab wrist, start to mess with the legs up top. Notice what I'm doing with my legs up top here. The scorpion up top, to be able to punish him. You want to make this guy work. You don't want to control him completely, but you want to have a good, notice my legs here. These are things that Khabib tends to do to wrap people up, to control wrists, to be able to hurt his actual opponent, A lot of people have been doubting Khamzat, especially the way he fought Gilbert Burns, including myself, you know? I think that's probably the reason why I got blocked by Khamzat, you know? I actually do like Khamzat. I just think, you know, as an analyst, you gotta always be truthful and speak what you see. Just like, you know, I can give it, but also I can also take it. Will Khamzat Chimaev be able to catch and close that distance in order for him to actually get those takedowns? You know, I go back to that fight with the Chinese, Ming Ling, I forget his name, but he was able to literally shoot in, pick him up, tell Dana White, hey Dana, 50 G's, to eventually drop him, control the wrist, and do everything to eventually get the rear naked choke. But you're talking about a different fighter with Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman has been there with the best, has knocked out the guy that gave you a very close match, has gone out there with Masvidal, has gone out there with Kobe Covington twice, has gone out there with Leon Edwards, has fought the who's who. Could that work in his favor, or could that work against him? Could Kamaru Usman being a short notice fight really affect him? Guys, as of right now, the guys that are having short notices, like there's a certain aura that when you know you have nothing, not necessarily nothing to lose, but everything to gain, that makes a fighter dangerous. And I love this, man. I think UFC 1094 for that reason has probably become the best card of the damn year, because you know why? Because the best are actually fighting the best. The two competitors are fighting the absolutely best. They're fighting their damn counterpartner. You guys keep that in mind. This isn't about popularity. This isn't Nate Diaz. With all due respect to these guys who have actually made it, no, we're talking about the 1 and number 2 guy, the number 1 and the former pound for pound king actually fighting. It's exciting, man. If you guys ain't watching it, you guys better watch it, because it's gonna be on fire. And this video is brought to you by the one and only Cookie Co. Whenever you guys want all natural ingredients, whenever you guys want cinnamon swirl, cookies and cream, you guys want some of that pumpkin, you guys make sure to go to cookieco.com and get your munchie on. I'm your host, Henderson Cejudo, AKA Triple C, and you guys know I will always deliver. And we are out.